Hello, lovely witches. This is Dawn from Aurora Dawn. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Holy cow, things have been really intense. I'm blaming it on Mercury and probably, but I am being forced to organize. And those of you who know me know to be organized. And, but gotta do it. Gotta do it. And the universe is saying, okay, let's do it now. Let's do this. So I'm working on that, and unexpected expenses has completely drained our resources. So yeah, that's no fun. And I mean, we had to buy a new car because the transmission on the other one was going out. The lawnmower broke down twice, and that was a big chunk of change. I wish we could get a new one, because it just the amount of money we spend on repairs, holy crap. And now our furnace needs to be replaced. Yay! Having fun. And okay, so I'm in a new location because that backdrop weirds out the camera on my phone. So I have another one chosen that I have to order, but I need some money. So we're over here today. I'm waiting on some funds to be freed up, and then we can buy the furnace and then replenish our savings. Maybe I'll have a little extra money left over to purchase my background. So get used to this. This may be my backdrop for a while. Anyway, I wanted to share something with you. Somebody in our Facebook group, Shadow Magic Witches, posted something that basically says, let me see, I think I wrote it down. Basically, break the patterns that don't serve you. And I wanted to talk about that because that immediately begs the question, how do you do that? Really? Okay, I see something showing up in my life over and over and over and over. How do I break that pattern? So I wanted to talk a little bit about it. Those of you who've been through the self-mastery for witches, you basically understand how to do this, but even though you've gone through the course, things get reattached. Those beliefs that are causing the patterns get reattached. So this is for you as well. So the first thing you want to do, of course, is if you haven't been through the witchcraft, if you haven't been through the self-mastery for witchcraft course, you're going to have to understand who you are and get rid of those paradigms that you grew up with, that you were taught about yourself and about society, that causes interference. You need to understand the laws of beliefs, why they are there, why they F up your life, and how to get rid of them, how to break them, how to change them. You have to understand how you are overconnected and how you idealized your parents and still do, and acknowledge and recognize that so that you could heal that and make changes. So also you have to understand forgiveness, and that forgiveness does not pardon that person. Forgiveness does not say, okay, I'm okay with what you did, I'm not going to punish you, I'm going to let you off the hook, or anything like that. Forgiveness isn't like that at all. You have to understand how all of this works inside of your being and your emotions, and how to process your emotions and how to use your emotions as a guidance system. And once you separate your emotions into a guidance system, you can stop being caught up in the emotions. Say, hey, this is happening, I'm really upset right now, and I realize that my spirit is trying to explain to me that I am not on the right path. I'm not dealing with this properly. I am not making the correct decisions that serve me, that will bring me joy. And once you understand how to use that, and I explain all this through the course, Then you get to the end of the course where I teach you to surface your toxic beliefs that are creating the patterns. And the first step is to look at the patterns. Okay, so having said all that, I'm hoping that this will help you anyway, even if you haven't gone through the course. And those of you who have gone through the course, this will help you to get back on track. So the first step is to recognize the pattern. So, and I would strongly suggest that you write down all of the patterns. It could be always attracting emotionally unavailable romantic partners or abusive partners, or and that's it. Depends on your perspective. If your subconscious, your wounded inner child, sees it as abuse, even though it's just their personality, then you probably should label it as abuse, because your wounded inner child is seeing it that way. If you're feeling it, you're feeling like they're abusing you. It doesn't matter what their intention is. You just want to label it the way your wounded inner child sees it. So acknowledge the patterns. This is happening, and it needs to change. So when I was going through a divorce with my husband, he was very emotionally abusive because he was insecure. He was very afraid of losing me, really afraid of losing me. And I think really it was more of afraid of losing, not necessarily me. But anyway, and I had to recognize that what am I responsible for here? And what am I creating, and what is happening here? And so when the next man showed up in my life, he was also emotionally abusive. And I recognized this is a pattern. I need to stop this. I don't want this. And so I broke off that relationship. And the guy after that was very emotionally supportive. And so I said, yes, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I need in my life. And that's how I broke that pattern. So the first step is to recognize the pattern. But also, if that pattern is being created by a toxic belief that has emotional baggage anchoring it into your life, you're going to have to deal with that. You're going to have to deal with the emotions that are behind it. Otherwise, it won't leave. It will not leave. And the best way to do that is to go back into your childhood and find the traumatic experience that taught you whatever the toxic belief is that is creating the pattern. So it could be, I'm not smart enough, I'm not good enough, I have to be abandoned to be safe, I have to be submissive to be safe, I have to be powerless to be safe. All of these things that we do to be safe. And so your toxic beliefs are, and then most of your toxic beliefs that are creating, and I would venture to say all of them, are created based on misunderstood information when you were very, very young. True story. 5-year-old is having dinner with older sibling. The older sibling finished her meal and got a dessert. The 5-year-old says, "Mommy, I want a dessert." "Oh no, honey, you need to finish your dinner first." Reasonable, right? It's not abusive. It's not hateful. It's not being anything but loving and good towards this child. We teach our children to eat their dinner first, right? And then you can have dessert. So anyway, this 5-year-old went to bed without dessert, and she learned that she was not as good as her older sister. So later in life, graduated college cum laude, right? Is that right? Cum laude? Top of the class, right? Okay. So after college, she tried to get a job, and she found that she was not accepted anywhere, and no one was accepting her and no one was hiring her. So the problem is that she carried with her the belief that everybody else is more important. Nobody really wants me. Because she thought when she wasn't given a dessert, it was because she wasn't valuable. That her older sister got a dessert because she was more valuable. So as an adult, she was seeing the world the same way and didn't realize it. And it wasn't until she acknowledged that she learned that from her mother. Now, did her mother want to hurt her? Was her mother trying to teach her that she was not as good as her older sister? No. Heavens no. So when observing your toxic beliefs and where they come from, recognize that your parents did not want to hurt you, but you were a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 4 or 5-year-old. You misunderstood the information and you internalized it and emotionalized it as, I'm a bad person. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. Nobody loves me. I have to be invisible. I have to be powerless, submissive. So these toxic beliefs will need to be dealt with for sure. And the way you do that is you look at the negative belief, the toxic belief. What is it preventing you from doing? Now, for you those who have gone through the course, this is the ABCD at the end, where you recognize and acknowledge your toxic belief. You write it down. That's line A. Line B, what am I creating as a result of holding on to this toxic belief? So that could be a divorce that you experienced, and then, emotionally unavailable men or women show up, romantic partners, they keep showing up as a result of this negative belief. So line B is an example of what you have created because of that toxic belief. Then line C is, what do you want? What is it that you want that you're not able to create because you've got this toxic belief? And line C is an affirmation that is in direct opposition to line A. And that is the trickiest of them all. I have 3 sessions with people, individuals. We have a class, and then at least 2 one-on-ones with me at the end of the course, because it's so difficult to get the affirmation sometimes, some people, but usually to get the affirmation so that it is in direct opposition and it's a partnership. I can't do it for you. So I work with you. I make suggestions. I feel it out with my intuition, and I help you nail down the affirmation that is going to help you. And then the affirmation is what you need to focus on and continue to implant into your subconscious mind. So the exercise or the assignment after doing this ABCD is to acknowledge the toxic belief and what it has created or stopped you from manifesting in your life, and then the affirmation, what it is, the new belief that you're replacing the toxic belief. And you repeat those lines, ABCD, twice a week. And then you want to read just the affirmation every day as often as you can. The best way to do it is in a meditative state. Now, if you also pair that with processing your emotions and nurturing your emotional needs, you will grow and change and get free so fast. It's going to be like, wow, what just happened? It is going to be amazing because you actually feel yourself free up, because your mind is recognizing this is garbage. This, I'm not good enough. It's stupid. Because I am good enough. I've done things and I've accomplished things. I am in control of my life. I have learned so. Am I not good enough? It's because I keep thinking I'm not good enough, and it's based on misunderstood information. So that is it in a nutshell. I am going to let's see, I gotta get ready for work soon. But I want to make another video of um a spell. Wow. Mercury is still in retrograde, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. I'm feeling it too. But I want to do this spell, and I put it together just the other day, and I haven't actually done it yet, but I want to do it and share it with you because I think this would be helpful. And I think Mercury in retrograde, one of the things that I've noticed in my life is that stuff that I haven't been paying attention to comes to the surface. Like not organizing. I keep pushing that off and off. Yeah, I procrastinate because it's such a struggle. I feel overwhelmed so easily, and I don't know what to do with all this stuff. And some of it just needs to be cleared out, and I need to let go of it. It's the what if monster that keeps me hanging on to stuff. Well, what if this happens and I need it? What if that happens and I need it? I'm sure you do. Maybe you do. Skip doesn't understand it. He is so good at organizing. He doesn't understand people who can't organize. What's your problem? What's wrong with you? But it's all good. So I will make another video on that with that spell because I think it's very, very cool, and we need to take care of, yeah, I guess the garbage and take it out and release it. And there's something to that. There's something to really letting go. And if I fully expect me to be bawling, crying my eyes out, just releasing all this stuff. So I'm due for a good cry. Okay, so that's it. I'm gonna leave you with that. Let me know what your thoughts are, and please comment down below. And thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for stopping by. And your comments mean a lot. Okay, they do, and they show support for the channel. So I appreciate that as well. So do something today that brings you joy and makes you feel good. I love you all. Until next time, blessed be.